Hey, what is going, you guys? IJ16 here, bringing you another video today. Today in this video, I'm going to be discussing my review on Destiny 2 from what we have heard, seen, and what we have played. Because I've heard a lot of discussion, I know some content creators as well have made reviews, but I've heard a lot of discussion about Destiny 2 is Destiny 1.5. Destiny 2 is just a remake of Destiny. Everything absolutely sucks. Now, before I go on to this review, I just want to say, any of this I say you do not have to agree with. This is just my opinion, what I thought of the game, of what we have heard and seen, and what I think the game will be like in the future, and what failures we have picked out, and what failures we've picked out from the game, and what was good about the game, and what really has changed from Destiny 1 that I feel like is going to make Destiny 2 a lot better. First, I want to start with the PvE side of things, and before I go on, I'm going to start with the first thing we really got to see of PvE, and what we got to see in the beta the first time, because we got to see this in the reveal and then the beta first time, and it's the story, and particularly the first mission, Homecoming. Now, Homecoming as just a mission in general looked great. It's literally got me hyped for the story. I am excited for the story, and for someone who likes the Destiny lore and just likes to know the story and enjoys story when it's actually informative, I am really hyped, because that first mission alone was long. It was full of, it had 3 cinematics in one mission. In Destiny, you were lucky to even get 1 cinematic, and it just felt lengthy. Yes, okay, what the story felt like, the first mission did feel a bit like Destiny 1, go in, kill some guys, destroy some things, but then it didn't. I mean, I knew what I was going after. I knew why I was there. I knew what I was heading for. It's not like I'm running into an area, killing a couple of guys, activating my ghost, tells me to fight waves of enemies while it tries to hack a console, and then there we go, mission's done. That was a mission. Go in, kill a few guys, hack a console, kill some more guys, and then done. This mission felt like our home's being attacked, so we have to hold off the enemies, hold off the waves. I mean, that's a good story mission. A good story mission is full of action, full of, what's going on, full of quite lengthy, to be honest with you. And I really enjoyed the way we got to work with Shaxx, Cayde, Zavala, and I mean, it gets to show us something about their personality. Shaxx, you would think is some kind of Shaxx, you would think it would be a war beast. You think he'd be out there on the front line attacking the Cabal. He literally charged the Fallen with his squad in the Battle of Twilight Gap. But no, he's there caring for the people. So Shaxx is caring, we already know. Cayde, we saw him out on the battlefield, happy to be back on the battlefield. He talked so much about how he wanted to be back on the battlefield, out of the Vanguard, and he's happy to be in the action, although he doesn't want the city to go. Zavala aim is to protect the civilians and protect the city. As a Titan, that's what I would expect. And Ikora is very angry with the Cabal. She's going after the Red Legion and is ready to get back what they took. And that story mission, it just felt like, it just felt like I'm actually A, interacting with the characters, B, if all the cutscenes, 50 cutscenes they have announced will be in just the game. There was 45 altogether, I believe, in Destiny 1 over 3 years, 45 cutscenes, and we're adding 50 cutscenes in one story. No expansions, just 50 cutscenes in vanilla Destiny 2. I mean, that's great. And if all the cutscenes, like I was going to say there, are as good as that gold cutscene, are as good as just the cutscenes in general, talkative cutscenes, explanation cutscenes, informative cutscenes, then the story in this game is going on, it's on track. And the campaign, I just feel like it's on track. Now, lots of you would say the campaign just feels a bit like Destiny 1, that first story mission felt like Destiny 1. But that is one story mission out of, how many story missions? We don't know, but that's just one story mission. And that's an old build as well. The game still has potential to grow. They're making changes still. Next up, the strike. Now that's what's really been getting the complaints in PvE. This strike is just a bullet sponge boss. This strike feels like Destiny 1. Nothing has changed. And to be honest with you, I agree. I do agree. I did like the strike. I feel like it was nice, it was lengthy, it felt more there was more action. That's what I felt I liked about the strike. I feel like it is a good strike, but it is a bullet sponge boss. It's just shoot a bunch of enemies, go find the boss, and unload mag after mag after mag after mag. I mean, yeah, it is a bullet sponge boss. But like I said with the story, this is just one strike. I mean, I don't know why people are annoyed about one strike. I feel like, Destiny's going nowhere with one strike. There is going to be more strikes in Destiny 2. This is one of them strikes. The rest could be fun, action-filled, mechanic-filled strikes. Like I said, this is just one of them. And I feel like, really, that's what, in Destiny 2, don't get too annoyed about the PvE side, because it's just one thing out of quite a few things. Plus, we have expansions coming up, that all this we heard now, and all this in the game, can get better over expansions. I mean, what I feel like with Destiny, and it happened with Destiny 1, I feel like Destiny is a game that may start off, it really started off lack of content, bit bad, and then started to grow. We've had our downfalls, we've had our really good moments, but I feel like this is a game that is growing. It's not taking a downfall every second. It's not one of them games that, is just immediately falling. It's a game that I can see from even Destiny 1's perspective that it's growing and it's getting better, and it's not going to take a massive downfall. It's going to grow and get better. So yeah, that's just one strike, and I do feel like that strike is a bullet sponge boss, and I do hope that all the strikes aren't like that. But just remember, guys, that is just one strike. That is just absolutely one strike. But anyway, now I'm gonna move on to PvP. Now, oh wait, no, before I do that, I completely forgot. Now I'm going to move on to the patrol side of things. What I thought to Patrol. Now, with the IGN video and the release of the Patrol video exploring Nessus, wow. Just wow. I can't wait for free roam. So I'm going to talk about what's bad and what's good about Patrol, but overall I think it looks really good. And for someone who loves to free roam in all games, who loves to just have the open world in them games, is really great, So, negatives. Well, this is what people have been talking about, but I'm not bothered about this, but people have been saying that the public events are a lot like Destiny WADs, and I can see where they're coming from there. I can agree with that. The public events do feel like Destiny WADs public events, and yeah, they feel like Destiny WADs public events, but really, they give you good loot now. They said Patrol is going to be just as important as your weekly raids, your nightfalls. You know, I mean, that's big. To go into Patrol and have nightfall tier rewards with public events, flashpoints, lost sectors, you know, it's great. I mean, what do we have in Destiny 1 now? If you went to Patrol, what can you do? Maybe the bounties, maybe the little pop-up patrols. Wait for a public event that may give you a legendary engram and a blue. Yeah, that's all you got. What have we got in Destiny 2? Larger maps, more enemies, more public events, treasure maps, lost sectors with dungeons, secret bosses, flashpoints. You know, it feels like Patrol matters now. And before the release, I was going to make a video that Patrol needs to matter. Like, there needs to be more events in Patrol and using this stuff. And I feel like that's what Patrol needed. It needed to feel like it's part of the weekly. It's part of like the weekly reset. You know, that's what a lot of activities are like. They never felt in Destiny 1. They never felt part of our week with our Guardian. Our week with our Guardian was just nightfall, raid, there you go, done. Maybe the story missions now. But now, hopefully with Destiny 1, they're going to make everything matter. So, you're going to be doing so much over the week. Crucible may give you good rewards. Patrol, with all the activities giving you, Nightfall tier rewards, that's going to give you loads. And with flashpoints as well. And, you know, we're talking about Patrol, and Patrol I'm just too excited for. I absolutely love free roam games. I love open world areas, and I like them when they're big and packed with activities. That's what Destiny 2 has done. They made them filled with activities. So yeah, enough about Patrol. Now I'm going to talk about one thing that I'm also happy for. Guided games. Now, guided games really, well, what can I say? So, I think it's actually a really good system. Because, okay, although we had LFG, and that's what some of you might say, LFG, you could have taken hours to find a team. You had to put a post out there and wait for hours, which some people might not even use that site or want to do that. Now, you can just look for an activity, find it, oh, that activity's there, okay, bam, I'll join. Or, you know, put an activity out there, write what you want, what players you need, bam, they join. You're done. I feel like it's quicker than LFG. LFG was a slow process, and it could take hours just to find a raid team, never mind actually doing the raid. But anyway, PvE is growing. I feel like Bungie have potential. I feel like they are on the right track. It's not going down. PvE has potential, and they have focused more on the story, more on the activities, and the complaints about power armor or supers I didn't talk about because they're already fixing that. In fact, they already have fixed that, and it's an old build. And like I said, the PvE activities we got in Destiny 2, that's one of them. I mean, look at all the stuff they've promised for PvE and tell me that loads of them and the potential of PvE isn't growing, because I think it is, and I'm well excited for PvE. Someone who's a PvE player, super excited. Now, let's move on to PvP. What did I think of PvP then? Well, I thought it has actually gotten better, and it's to do with the new weapon system. Now, lots of people would say the new weapon system is hurting PvE, which it is. You know, we can't switch from rocket launcher to sniper. We can't really feel as powerful as we was. But again, Bungie are fixing that. More power ammo drops. Super energy is going to be... You're going to use your supers a lot more in one strike than possibly even in Destiny 1. But anyway, the new weapon system I found was great. Now, some of you may have even found for PvP it wasn't great. But what I thought is, do you really want to go back to the days of being one-shotted by matadors, of being sniped all the time, not even having a chance, being literally overrun by fusion rifles and all that? I mean, the power weapons seem great. They are one-shot across the board of Destiny 2's PvP. And it's good now that you won't be using a lot of them, and there's primary fights. That's what I feel like was good for Destiny 2. Someone who's bad at PvP and hates PvP, I feel like I'm going to play it a lot more now. Even though there's going to be a new meta, there's going to be people running around with shotguns and fusion rifles and snipers, but not as much. And there's going to be a primary meta, but still, you may even have a chance. You know, you may even have a chance. I mean, I got into some good gunfights, and it was 50-50. I got damage on him, he killed me. But at least I got damage on him. At least it's not like I'm running into a Crucible game and getting annihilated by shotguns and snipers from everywhere. I have a chance now, more primary fights. That's what I'm happy about. And some people are going to miss the days of running around with their all-powerful shotgun and winning the games. But this is how PvP really should be. Chance. Giving you a chance. You know, giving you good gunfights. And, you know, player versus player. Not player annihilates player with one weapon in every single game that they go into. And you know what? I feel like I might be alright in Trials of Osiris. You know, I feel like Trials of Osiris is going to be a lot better now because there's more primary fights. It's not like, you know, one of them, like, I don't know, really old century battles. You all line up in one area, draw your snipers and fire. That's basically sort of what, like, Trials of Osiris was like. It was like, you know, of course you'll still have to play tactical, but it was like, all lined up now. This, like one of those, you know, when you see the old battles where they all line up, the other team line up, one person shoots, the other person shoots. It's like all lined up now with your snipers and see who can hit the one person. You know, it was like that. But now it's going to be a bit more action. Like, you have to get in with the action, be more, of course, be tactical. Get in with the action, have a chance with your primary ammo. You know, you may die, but you got some damage on that person. And you know, it's just gonna feel a lot more fair now. I've said that loads of times. The 2 new game modes I enjoyed. My friend has fallen in love with competitive. He really has. He has literally fallen in love with competitive. You know, me, I'm enjoying quick play. Not so much competitive, but quick play. And competitive's alright if you have sort of a team-based game, and well, if you have a team put together, it's really good. You know, I just feel like Crucible is on track as well. It's getting a lot better. I've seen lots of good positivity with Crucible in PvP, which is Crucible, but you know. And I feel like I'm going to play it a lot more. If there's good rewards to it, yeah, I'm going to play PvP a lot more. Now, again, with the super thing, they're changing that. You'll have your super two or three times during a game to feel more powerful. They're changing all that to make you feel more powerful. It's not like you won't even get a super. You're lucky to get a super during a game. Well, anyway guys, that is it for this video today. If you like what you see on this channel, don't forget to drop a like below. Comment down your thoughts on what you have seen, heard, and what do you think about Destiny 2 in general. And is this game Destiny 1.5? No. In my eyes, it feels like what an expansion should have been all those sort of years ago in Destiny 1. More content. And I feel like Bungie are listening to us, and I mean that's the important thing. Bungie are listening to what we want, and they're implementing that in the new game. And I feel like this game is on track. But that's just my opinion. Some of you might disagree, but you know. So that is it for this video today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys.